Team match, let's go.
Blue team has scored for the first time! Expired! Reloading! No mercy! Clear! Killing spree for the blue team! Kill! I need a mag. The blue team is in the lead. Expired! Killing spree for the blue team! Cover me! Expired!
Great, you're about to win.
The blue team is heading to a perfect win! Dead!
Blue team victory.
होता है नाम ना लिया करो कि हैक लगाया भी अच्छा वो फिर पता है ना रिपोर्ट कर देते हैं।
तो नहीं लगने दूंगा। ये कितने
Reloading!
यार बहुत अच्छी है हमको कोच चला रहा है बंदा लेकिन अब इसका रोल है।
Target down!
अगर कोई भी
यार
आ
ये
गया
और वाला चावल एरिया
और ये क्या आदमी है। ना बचना में बम फेंका है।
कुर्चना मना कोई
Killing spree for the red team! No mercy! The red team is in the lead. Enemy down! Cover me!
कैसा चुराया फिर किल
सारे किल चोरी हो रहे हैं मेरे। मैंने अभी 5 सिंगल नॉक किया किसी ने उड़ा दिया।
बहुत नो
यार गंदा मारा गंदा
अरे
हैवी
शो
मारा हैवी
Clear! Reloading!
1 HP था 1 HP शाबाश ये 1
अब
HP था
मैं
बिल्कुल इसमें मका होता है।
यार क्या कमाल का ये खेल है।
पता है मुझे लग रहा है इसने कोई हैक लगाया है क्योंकि जब इसके पास जाते हैं ना हम इसको इतनी गोलियां मारते हैं लेकिन ये सिर्फ हेड मारता है सिर्फ हेड। यहाँ तो इसने एम बोट लगाया हुआ है। यहाँ गेम बहुत अच्छी है उस्ताद की।
और में तो गेम
सेकंड में ही बाहर आ जाता है।
ये देख ओनली 2 बुलेट में काम करें।
No mercy!
Be careful. You're losing the game.
The blue team doesn't have a lot of time left. Cover me!
यार ये बिल्कुल लो है ये बिल्कुल नहीं ये
Expired! The red team is unstoppable!
आए
Killed!
आप मुझे ना जो मर्जी कह लो पक्का यकीन हो गया कि इस बंदे ने ना हेड से ने इसने एम बोट लगाया हुआ है।
वही तो है वो। माशाल्लाह आज मैंने सिर्फ 3
هو اخوك هم اي حد مصري يعني
Team match. Let's go.
The blue team has scored for the first time. Target down.
بس يا بطل كلام يلا
Nice shot.
امك عند امها كنت امها لا كنت امها
Shed.
بسرعة بقى تيجي نعملوا تحالف يا اسطى تيجي يا اسطى نعمل تحالف
Reloading.
تعالى مش هلا يا هالعدو ممكن نلعب روم يا هالعدو
Target down.
لقيتك معايا يا ياد لقيتك معايا يا ياد يلا انت يا ابني يا ابني
Expired.
ترى يا
Killed. Cover me.
لعب ولا لا
No mercy. The blue team is in the lead. Killing spree for the blue team. Expired.
ده لسه بنسخنه يا جماعة
Killed. Clear. Dead. Killed. Reloading.
Great. You're about to win.
The red team doesn't have a lot of time left.
ايه ده رجلي باظت رجلي
half of the match is over, and the blue team
Blue team
is in the
victory.
lead. Killing spree for the red team! Killing spree for the red team! The red team is in the lead. Enemy down!
Be careful! You're losing the game.
The red team is about to win.
team victory.
Zone is was helping them and still is helping them, and all they gotta do is just hold their fort. But on the other front, as we talk about Saltair, this team needs to go all out guns blazing, and that is exactly what they are doing. With already in the 17-minute marker, 5 eliminations confirmed for the side of this team. But of course, they do know that they need a lot more.
Oh, they need to. But Meteor Shot Sky, a pretty important game for them. A meeting. They are rivals 52x Rage, who are indeed deciding to back off. They still have all 4 of their players alive. Ash knocked out at this particular moment. Now the bigger picture for them has to be about getting inside the circle, steer off from the battles. But the question for Meteor Shot Sky is going to be the fact that are they going to go in for the race as faster from afar? He's going to be trying to do some decent amount of damage as Danny. He's going to try and come out of that trench and maybe get a few finishes off H2E as Hacker. Just look at this man staying on the top of that minivan, trying to lob as many grenades as possible onto its the players of Clarity. I believe he's rather seated in his vehicle. No, finally steps out of cover and will deploy that into perfection. Getting that important knock onto its Danny, comes down to 420 boy. I believe Hacker has a slight idea where he could possibly be as Danny is sure going to meet his makers, but Crypto has a really good chance of taking him down, and this could be the game that Salt I8 was so longing for. I mean, you've got to explain me this. What is that projectile on that smoke there?
You know, I mean, I've been looking at this from the minimap, and the minimap is clearly showcasing we've got the side of that 4 team in the color cream. That's going to be Northeast Sports. They're so very quiet and being so very close to this fight. I'm not entirely sure what are they waiting for, but in all of that, it is Salt I8 who have been able to capitalize and find a position right ahead and in front of the players of Team H2E, as well as the final player right here of okay, never mind. But as we move on through to the players of Meteor Shot, they have also tried They've tried definitely, but the team that has gotten the best result in this fight, or in this game rather till now, has to be the players of Salt I-8, where indeed it seems like this team, as soon as they were faced with the reality, they did not want to gulp that down. They did not want to accept that truth, and in doing so, they have had a wonderful game till now, at least,
Yeah.
as we move into the 19-minute marker. But there are still 12 more teams remaining apart from I-8.
Oh yeah, indeed, and it's going to get so interesting to see what really happens in this particular scenario. Right now, H2E survived with just Hakkar. They've got to do something. They've got to do everything. They've got to throw the kitchen sink. Every one of them has gravity. He's just walking blindfolded. What on earth is happening? How
Vengeance?
is he?
Leon? Uh,
Uh,
okay.
oh, he had
I
a
think
wrist
we...
to play around. I just got scared for a moment. How is he getting that free
Yes!
pass
That was
to just advance like that? That could have been absolutely nuts.
Dude, that moment right there that just took place, I was in Matrix, I think. I could not understand if it was reality or not. But right now, what is real is Team Star taking on the players of TUF one by one, have been able to deliver some massive blows, but TUF will still be able to hold their forte. They are going to be able to sustain 3 of their players. Also, going back to the side of FS, Black is still surviving, all by his lonesome, but he's still surviving, as we can see far away at the edge.
Oh yeah. At this point, things are getting really nitsy as Sirius just thrown down and he's going to be right out in the open. But wow, that reflex out of him, still managing to take down Snow in the process as Maxi is going to be charging at Quantum Rage's direction. Quantum Rage on the pure verge of getting exterminated from the lobby. This could be really hefty for them as North Esports. They're going to be the party poopers as somehow IQ wanted to make that long stand. But down he goes. Quantum Rage getting no points out of this game. They've been toppled over by Salt I-8 as a freestyle. Still Black, he's going to do that heavy lifting. He's going to do whatever he can to keep his team in contention. But now, TUF having nowhere to go with Nocto watching over them. One good grenade and the whole squad goes kaboom.
That is the trouble that TUF is facing for now, and then it is going to be the power of Blue Zone itself that will be damaging their position. And in all of that, who has been able to capitalize? It is the players of Regicide again. So now, when it comes to the way that Regicide have been able to utilize this zone, it is looking good, but the points is something that they've not been able to capitalize upon. They've lost 2 of their players. They came in from a really good area, but of course, the fights did not go their favor as they are sitting at 0 elimination points on the other front. As we move on through, looking at Salt I-8 with all 4 players still surviving and moving on into the zone. The Blues into the zone are 4v and from the western front, it is going to be the players of Salt I-8 with 8 elimination points confirmed for them. But now, as these teams jump into the open to be a part of the zone, we did have one team in the rafters, not entirely sure which team that was, who will be able to get the edge in that fight as soon as these teams are found. Yep, it is actually Salt I-8. The rafters player is Salt I-8, so yeah, he's just waiting dormantly, patiently for teams to try.
This is the golden game that they needed, right?
True.
Staying at the center of the circle as Zen is going to go after Maxi. Does take quite some damage onto him. But again, Zen still keeping the hopes alive for his team and managing to get the better out of Maxi. Some finish points acquired. But Crypto, he's not going to let anybody pass at all. As Pharaoh, he's going to try and escape with his buggy. But is Crypto going to give him that room and space? As Zameen, he's also getting spotted. He knows Crypto has all that information. He's going to restrict him. Zameen jumping and dancing to his own grave. As Crypto is high and mighty with 5 finishes. Come at the moment, Risen have Salt I-8 with 12 points already. I think they want to finish it all over here and now. But for VTFT spotting out the players of QWERTY, take a few shots at them as they would be holding down the certain front as now Nocco is going to just spray down onto towards Khan, would want to eventually blow up his vehicle and put him out of his miseries.
That indeed is true. With that, we've got 5 teams remaining and 7 elimination points confirmed for the side of Crypto. Make that 8 apparently, as they've got one more from the side of that team. And this team is unstoppable right now. Clarity Sports goes down with 5 elimination points confirmed. 4v TFD are somehow holding strong in this zone. But with 4 teams remaining, one of them is the momentum creator, Salt I8. On the other front is going to be the team who have lost their momentum. That is going to be the side of Koti with the, I believe that's a 2-man squad. And that's
I
the same case for the Regicide players as well.
Look at this, look at this.
Oh,
You know, Black
oh.
ensuring, you know, before he goes
Wow.
away, making sure gets the better out of the tabletoppers, helping Salt I8. Everything is sort of aligned for Salt I8 right now. 14 finishes already. I mean, we're talking about a potential 30 points if they get the chicken dinner or even more. And that means one thing, that is going to take them directly to that tippity top, the first position, as Review spotting out Endless. Gets a shot connected on his head though, but it's the Mini 14. You've got to connect one more of that, one more of the same, as the zone still is favoring the lads of Salt I8, but Blade there waiting to cut out the rotation of Nocto and Vaz, as QWERTY still just in the hiding. So the main fight will eventually occur between the players of Salt I8 and 4VTFT, with Regicide and QWERTY trying to kind of dislodge them, trying to be the party poopers, trying to just meddle in the fights. As look at Ash, he's formed a flank, and if Salt I8 have no idea of his whereabouts, they're in a whole world of trouble.
Well, for now, it is going to be the players of 4BTFD who are in a lot of trouble. From one side, of course, are the players of Salt I8. On the other is going to be the blue zone, and it is all down to Ash, the dude who's always been the one creating those flank angles for 4BTFD. The man who's going to have to... Never mind.
Yeah, just getting all these finishes.
Never mind. It's just... Yep.
One after the other. And look at the tally, Lakshya. 16 finishes already. And Khan still somehow trying to dish out as much damage as possible. Uzum really needs to make some movement out there. And this is where Salt I8 are looking a little bit vulnerable, because so many squads are pushing at their direction from multiple sides. As Vaz, he's going to get finished off. Blade ensuring that gets the kill to his name, as Nocto make sure gets the trade. Blade now out of equation. QWERTY come charging in. Crypto making sure knocks out Gravity over there, as Destroy lies prone in, gets a knock onto it. Crypto, Assault I8, one after the other. They're starting to fall down. They're starting to look exposed, and it all comes down to Uzum and Views, with Ash creeping in from the backlines out of the pack. Assault I8, they have to focus on getting the revives on the player, but is that the right spot, Lakshay?
Well, for now, Khan and Destroyer are the two dudes who are definitely going to have to utilize this, and they are trying that exactly with the flank angle coming in from their side. Destroyer, the man who's going to be leading or trying to lead the players of Salt I8 towards a different direction, as his teammate will be revived, and in doing so, Destroyer will definitely be able to deliver a massive punch to the gut and the face of both of these players. In that doing so, Uzum, oh, never mind, because Nocto, the final player from the side of Regicide, has come on alive, and he will be destroying Destroyer. In doing all of this chaos, the X Factor goes into the favor of Team QWERTY, but that one final player, Nocto from Regicide, is still awake, is still part of the fight. 3 teams surviving, and Ash, as you were mentioning, dude, I mean, he was also there, and Nocto and Ash, the two dudes who've stolen this game.
Yeah, Uzum realizing that was the nade cooked out. This is the perfect cue where he can go in, but no!
Wow.
Ash, with that crouch toggling, he's done it for his team. Reviews, of course, has gotten the revive, but Ash is playing the game of his life. Could spoil the party for Salt I8, but still, Review somehow has managed to get the revive onto its Crypto though. But the question is, can Crypto get back to optimum HP at the behest of the time remaining? As Ash, he's going to lob yet another grenade. Reviews, it all comes down to him. Ash is making it happen. He is making the dreams alive for 4VTFT. But Nocto pushing in from the backline. This is bad news for Reviews, as Salt I8, they get eliminated at the 3rd spot. But mind you, ladies and gentlemen, with 18 finishes. But for Regicide, this could be the dream game. This could be the back-to-back chicken dinner. Exactly what they are looking for. And if they can succeed now, they will propel themselves up to the top 3, or maybe potentially to the top 2.
They definitely can, and right now it's of course just that 1v1 fight that both of these players actually have to go through for their teams. 4VTFD is Ash trying to push on with the UMP, but down the killing comes in. Nocto from red side, and that is going to be a second chicken dinner for the side of Regicide, and that will push them along and pretty much confirm their position. With one final game remaining, yes, this team of Regicide, they have made it. But now, this really raises more questions.
Pressure handling is very important.
For it, it is just how is a team under so much pressure, and then when it matters the most, just climb up. Just climb up, and that too, to the occasion, utilizing the opportunity to such an extent with 18 eliminations.
And
That's
could have been.
stomping in the lobby, and this is the same team that. And we are back with that. There is that one final game, the map of Erangel to go through for these 16 teams. And if anything is to dictate when it comes to the way the lobby is doing right now, well,
Yeah.
they are hungry for some chicken dinners. They are hungry for some blood. Each and every team in this map of Miramar trying to do exactly that. But that one team that has always stood out, again, sticking to the same guns, standing out is what they did right there.
Yeah, I mean, quite obviously, Saltite played a really good game. They took their chances because,
Right.
again, it might look so easy that they were going in one after the other. They were so opportunistic, capitalizing on the situation. They spot out fights, they go for it. And when you do commit wholeheartedly, 100%, there's also that 30 to 40% chance that you might as well get taken out. You might
Yes.
suffer a few casualties, but they were ready, they were willing to take that risk, and boy oh boy, that was impressive from their side for VTFT. However, hasn't really been a run that they would have expected in the finals. But nonetheless, you know, for moments like this, it's for the Instagram reels, it's for the glory, it's for the appreciation, and I believe Ash has earned it, ladies and gentlemen.
Most certainly, you know, throughout the 4 week affair that we've been part of, we've called out Ash and his approach and his flank angles so many a times, right? And that takes me to another point that should be raised actually. When it comes to these teams, there have been so many players that we've actually called out for their incredible plays. From the side of QR, we had Sirius and IQ. Bringing in that massive approach. From the side of 52x Rage, we had Payne, Halsey take on that sort of an all-out war arena sort of an mindset for themselves. So a lot many players have risen to fame, is what I would say from this. But in the end, when it comes down to, of course, the results are going to be favoring the teams that will be in the top 6. And as of now, that is still in high contestation.
Oh, and you know, the match summary, it's a whole Salt I8 show, but yeah, Salt I8 getting 28 points out of this one. I've got to make my calculations quick and fast. They were sitting, I think, at around 135, and
Yep,
let's
exact.
say 145, 155, around 162 or 63 points. I think that's where they're gonna find themselves
Come on.
after this game. And TUF, I'm searching for them. They
Right,
managed
yeah,
to
yeah.
get 2
They're
points,
gonna be there.
right? So I think Salt I8, they've made themselves up to the first spot.
I-
But is that the case? Is that the case?
I'm thinking
I
the
don't
same
know.
thing. Either 1 or 2 points shy, but they definitely are very much close in the proximity of either that first position or the second for sure. Because, yeah, I mean, from the side of TUF, we did see them around that 60.
I think they're
But
still around second or third because
second or
maybe
third?
yeah, 160 is 30 plus, so
Well,
it's around
we'll
28.
come back to
So
that.
they were around 158, second or third, somewhere. Fingers crossed.
Definitely we'll come back to that. But again, talking about those comeback stories, let's recap the entire saga through the Oppo F21 Pro moments where there were just some crazy plays showcased. And of course, we start right off the bat with Clarity Esports and then quickly jump on to the fights that were part of Assault I8.
Yeah, I mean, this entire saga, this entire game was all about Salt I8 holding on to
Yes.
the center, right? And them kind of messing up a little bit because, again, when you're around the center, you pressure is applied from every.
Team match, let's go.
First point for the red team. Cover me. Reloading. Killing spree for the red team! Cover me! Killing spree for the blue team! The blue team is in the lead. Expired! Nice shot! Reloading! Cover me! The blue team is unstoppable! Killing spree for the blue team!
Great! You're about to win!
The red team doesn't have a lot of time left. Reloading! Cover me!
Blue team victory!
That we forgot that we've got the other teams, that like you said, could be the party poopers,
Mm-hmm.
and anything could be possible. Look at the ground as they've directly jumped right upon TUF. They want to settle it now and get done with things, but maybe there might be a chance that they might be heading towards the western side of Quarry. But Regicide and Meteor Shot Sky in real close contention to each other. But my eyes are searching out for Sword
Right?
IA.
Yep.
Where are
Yep,
they?
that's
Where
the
are
one
they?
team that I'm looking for as well. And I'm super duper surprised as to why am I not able to find them.
Are they in the lobby?
This is so weird, dude. But yeah, I mean they're very close to the placement right there of meter shot, as we can see, and
Oh,
interesting
okay.
places. They are of course going to be choosing to use that Nova Reply bridge, and get onto the military base, maybe. But for now, of course, they first things first have
The
to get
zone.
there.
Aye,
Exactly,
aye,
right?
aye.
Zone, of course, being further away, and then getting their hands on the vehicle itself. Otherwise, are they going to be? They're not going to be running. They don't. I doubt. I hope not. They don't choose to run across the bridge because they love the zone so much. Or not the zone. My apologies. Their drop location.
Whew. Sheesh. I don't know, man. Salt I not the right time to pick a fight. At this point, they've got to make a very important decision. Do they loot over here or do they just head over to its military base? Doing the latter is going to completely ruin their rotation timings and mess it all up.
True.
But as it can see, uh, Blade certainly high on spirits right now. He wants to take fights. He wants to go in. But is a PP Bison the right weaponry you would want to go up against a team like Meteor Shot Sky?
Mm.
Uh,
At one point in time, you would have said the same thing for the UMP.
I mean, no. Now, there was a time when Amp was like, it's Namp.
Yeah,
mean-
it is true. It is true.
I
But
mean,
it's just not the case anymore. That's all that I'm stating. I mean, that's all. And
someday maybe when Bison
yeah,
gets buffed.
true.
But for now, it's completely, how do you call it? Crap.
Normal.
No, crap. It barely has. It's like as if Scorpion, that little
Right. Yep.
pistol,
Yep.
had a bigger brother, had an elder
Right.
brother. That's it. With
Agreed.
more mags, but not enough damage being dished out. As Ash and Salt 8, well, they really want to fight. I think Salt 8 have a little bit of a hunch that hey, they've qualified for the top six. Might as well look out for the championships. And Meteor Shot Sky, they are really, I believe they have already wet their pants right now. Look at the movement, so defensive in their approach, and Kian has to create all the difference here with that flank.
Well, I honestly would have thought that they've already sang their kumbayas by now. They've been sharing that military base since the start, never ever contested against each other. But of course, this being the final fight that they're going to be facing against each other, it seems like they do not want to let go of the opportunity. On the other front, ironically, the factor of this matter being they've run away from the zone 500 to 600 meters away to take on a fight. And yeah, this is as you were mentioning earlier as well. The stalemate situation that they will fall under will definitely not favor them as we move on into the latter half of this game.
Oh yeah, and at this particular moment, it's gotten so much more feisty with Saltite finally deciding to just back off, go their own separate ways. But are they really going to go to its military base? I mean, at this point, you gotta be kidding me over here. This is not ought to happen, right? This is not ought to happen because right now, Salt I8. Oh, I do not know. It might just come down and haunt them later on because this timing of rotation, I do not know. The circle seems to have begun already, or maybe in quite a few moment. But I think they want to ensure they have a really good game. That's it, because I'm starting to get really worried. But let's cut the chase. Let's cut cut I8 and out of the equation for now, because a lot of congregation around the center, right? FMR3D, they know it's a Rusok zone. Freestyle, they made sure that they're gonna be there before everybody else. They're gonna have a good spot to hold on to, northeast spots. They're gonna be the party poopers, but for now, FMR3D making sure they have a little bit of a high ground for them, and they've crossed over the Rozhok. They've bet against the fact that it's not going to go down south. It's indeed going to stick to northern areas, and we've got to see as to how it all pans out, because 52x Rage now they've been rotating in from Kameshki right now around Stalber. They're looking good. They're gonna look at steering away from fights, but this game they've got to bank upon a few finish points. Now the storyline of this game, ladies and gentlemen, is not just the fact that we still do not know who's gonna win it all, but also the fact that who are the top six teams gonna be. The perfect finale, the perfect final game that we could hope and ask for. All right, so A little bit of technical difficulties. Lakshay is going to join us in just a wee while. For now, of course, FMR3D, they will write it out in the open. Now, that is a little bit concerning for me. Now, when all these teams are sort of, you know, grouping up at one particular place around the center, there we have a team called Salt 8 who have just begun their loot. And it's getting very concerning for me. Do they have enough to sustain themselves? Do they have enough meds? Because that's the problem with military base, right? You get a lot of ammos, you get a lot of weapons, you get your desired scopes, but the one thing that you do not get enough is those important meds, right? Now, it's going to be really interesting to see if they can come out through, but yeah, they have taken a very big gamble. Now, if it works, it works. If it does not, either ways, they've made it to the top six, right? I think that is something that they can live with. But for now, TUF, all right, holding on to the squad house right across George Ball. As Joker, he's gonna hide in that wizard tower.
Well, for now, that is going to be his castle. Around, of course, his teammates also. His teammates are also going to be waiting and hoping that they get an opportunity to get in towards the zone. Of course, it's only 500 meters away, but that only 500 meters is of course troubled waters because there are so many teams around. But as we look on towards these teams, all these 16 teams have all of their players surviving as of now. As we jump into the 10, or rather cross the 10-minute marker, the teams that are going to be running towards the edge, the northern edge of the zone, we do have, I believe that is Quantum Rage itself, that is going to be leading the charge, right?
You know, this
Yep.
particular shift, it's going to change everything, right? The way it has shifted around towards that northeastern side. Now, freestyle, they have a really good compound to hold on to, but I really like the chances of QWERTY, you know, taking
Right.
over the hills, getting that high ground advantage for themselves. At the same time, Quantum Race, they're also making a run for it. So that could be an interesting fight nonetheless, but 52x Rage, they decided to come down below. So this is again one of the potential fights that we could witness, you know, 52x Rage going after Star or maybe Quantum Rage. Uh, but it's all on the line, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta say that as Quantum Rage approaching very close towards where Team Star is in their nearby vicinity, as Clarity have opened it up against TUF. The fight in Georgia Ball and TUF in whole world of trouble as Sparky. He's gonna get the better out of Khan as Gravity has to follow suit, has to come in aid for his captain. If he does not, QWERTY might just be in a whole world of trouble, Lakshay.
Khan, the IGL coming in to a lot of trouble right here from Quantum Rage indeed, and it's going to be IQ also able to get information against the remaining players of QWERTY, of course. Well, they got onto the hill, and then Khan decided to fall back from that position. Is intriguing enough for me as to what resulted in him wanting to make that decision. But either case, the three players that are remaining are going to move away from the fight. Falling back is what they've decided to do as of now. Again, here I was thinking that the final game of the grand finals is going to definitely be chaotic and you know from the side of Pakistani lobby, we've actually seen games on Miramar as well, where they jump in, and right in the first 3 minutes itself, you've got all-out wars taking place from one fight to the next with jumping across, and by the time we reach 21-22 minute marker, it's pretty much done. But this being the final game of the grand finals itself, each and every team knows exactly what is at the stake, what is on the line, and so they're playing it safe, they're taking it easy, they're making those rotations, and look at Clarity's parade. TUF damaged beyond repair.
And yeah, and one of their best players, right, Joker, one of their top highest fraggers,
Exactly.
getting taken down so early on, and TUF, you know, they've really got their backs on the line over here because again they've got a contest for that top spot. 52x Rage, Salt 8, they're right up their alley as 4v going after North Esports. Not a huge fight though, but still a fight nonetheless, as some room and space is gonna get created. Ahmed getting that knock onto its Snow. Maxi on very low HP, just spraying around wildly and not getting any success so far. But Amer also falling down. North Sports, their hopes come down to the last lonesome survivor. Maxi was just gonna hide himself inside the little smoke. Emmett got really close, but
Oh
could
wow.
not do endless also around the buggy, missing him out as Maxi's position has been compromised. He's gonna put that last stand, and for some time he did in fact, but that is all it took for him as Northeast Spots get eliminated at the 16th spot. But TUF, they are under heavy situation over here. The whole world of trouble, losing out on two more players, and uh, this is bad, Lakshay. This is so bad. TUF,
Yep.
the Cinderella story seems like this time they do not have a happy ending. They're of course going to qualify to the top six, but hey, they were dreaming about winning this whole thing. And if Virus and Edgar cannot make it till the very end, it's done. It's over.
All that synergy, all that experience, all that aggression that we saw from TUF, from Clarity, brings them down to this moment right here. But we shall see if TUF's final two players will be able to move into the final remaining moments of the game, as we still have 15 teams participating right here at the 14-minute marker. Alright, TUF Virus also getting a lot of damage and also getting knocked from the side of Clarity. So not looking good to UF at all, and same is the case for Magnus as they tried to take on H2E, but H2E have convincingly answered to the call of Magnus.
Oh yeah, and you know
Oh,
these
dude,
are
come
all
on.
these are all the fights that we can live with, right? H2E again, one of those teams that, well, let's be honest. How do you call it? Are really not in contention. Magnus certainly were dreaming. I think they still do have a dying chance, but in a situation like this, I do not fancy their chances. Skyro, the last lonesome survivor, Assault I8 are in the nearby vicinity, and it's going to be interesting to see what Salt 8 has to offer. With Freestyle still having holding on to that center of the circle, Salt 8 deciding just to play around the edges, making sure that they clean up everything as they keep on progressing. They've heard the shots nearby. I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to be surprised if they decide to charge in.
Yeah, they definitely, I mean, it's like, the pack. The pack is out for their regular hunt, their daily hunt, and they're just scouting out areas as to, they've got the information. Of course, the audio cues are getting to them, but they're just scouting out as to which fight do they really want to take. And with that decision being made, the zone moves away. So now that, of course, will become the priority for a lot of these teams. And talking about FS, they have the compound. They are looking comfortable as well. But will that comfort be enough?
Oh, I don't know, because FMR 3D look to be in a little bit of a situation, going up against 52x rate, some few finish points coming up, and TUF, their hearts are going to be beating with every single finish that 52x rage get. Could lose out on that potential top spot as now Regicide coming into the fray, looking at their hat trick and winning this entire thing. That is also a possibility over here, ladies and gentlemen, as Nocto trying to get it real close in personal against FMR3D. Finisher gets wiped out, and Regicide gets the better out of FMR3D, just throwing them away from the lobby over here. Assault I8 under dire circumstances. Blade on real low HP. He needs to move the hell out of here.
Rollin.
But is Rollin going to give him that
Come
room and space?
on.
Salt I8 somehow seem to have managed to do it. But Rollin, he's going to put that last stand. Can he get the knock? No, in fact, Salt
No.
I8 saved somehow by the whiskers over there. Still no casualties for them as Star come charging
Unbelievable.
it at Quantum Rage's compound.
That was unbelievable. I honestly thought they would be damaged at least a little, but Clarity were not able to capitalize on that. On the other front, we do have a Quantum Rage team in a compound star, and they are looking pretty convincing because IQ along with JD with the nade parade that they've got going on against the push, one direction directed push coming in from the star is definitely not helping their cause, because from one side it was serious, the other side IQ and JD in between just not allowing the side of Team Star to even move. But in all of this, I was looking at the rotation being made from the side of Meter Shot as well as the Grounders, as they are making a rotation, and or rather have made the rotation into the comfort of the zone from the northern side.
Yeah.
And with that, Team Pubg as well as actually Team Saltite were able to get a little bit of blow to clarity as they made that rotation.
I mean, right now, I think, like you said, Meteor Shot Sky, they're holding on to the best spot inside the circle, right? If they play the cards right, this could be the potential chicken dinner game for them, and things could completely go to a tumultuous change. And now, Star going up against Quantum Rage, of course, God Fury being knocked out. Sultana conditions over here. In the meanwhile, Voltrux is driving over the players of H2E. But Usama, how does he hold himself as Sirius comes charging in? Usama somehow does manage to get IQ and JD both at the same time. Star under heavy trouble, and QWERTY, or rather Quantum Rage, just getting wiped out at the 13th spot. So much for them and their dreams of the top 6. Is it going to be enough? Star, of course, showing up to the show, making sure they get the better out of them, but Salt I8 could be under severe circumstances because the grounders do have that little bit of a high ground to play around with, and that's not a good news for Salt I8 and their fans. As Salt I8 just playing around the edges and the zone forms
Wow.
completely, it's just blessing Meteor Shot Sky out of nowhere. Their game to lose, really.
It definitely looks likely. It definitely is looking like it is going to be perhaps them that will be able to put the final nail in the coffin when it comes to the contestation of a wrangle, the final wrangle right here. But in all of this, of course, we still do have 11 teams that are part of this lobby. You've got Salt I8, all 4 players still standing. From the side of Meteor Shot Sky, we are looking at a 3-man army, and the zone, of course, convincingly in their favor, alongside the players of 4VTFT, who also have all 4 players surviving. And once again, the side of, or rather, the teams in this lobby right now are slowing down, as we can see. They are taking their time before they want to react, retaliate against the information they've been able to accumulate as of now. The grounders definitely got the call, or rather, definitely got the audio cue that the team right in front of them, that was Salt, has moved away. But now all these teams that we're actually moving on from one to the next, they are all outside the edge of the zone, right? And now talking about the inside zone fight itself, that's going to be definitely advantageous for the position of Meteor Shot, because they are on that top of that mountain.
Oh, yeah, they are, but everyone now wants a piece of the pie, right? Everyone wants to be the king of the hills as 52x Rage. Now, this could be the fight of their lives as Daku is going to lob a grenade at Rollins' direction. Team Star, they've met their makers as Black, well, Freestyle having a decent game at that. Faster getting a very important knock onto its Voltrox. But the big question is, can he get the finish as Rollin falls down? The run for clarity in the PFPL finally coming to an end as Nocto gets taken down by Faster. This is the fight that 52x Rage were looking at as Regicide one after the other. Their numbers keep on dwindling down as Vaz. And look at the barrage of grenades coming in from Freestyle. Beautiful synchronized rainbow of grenades. We have seen rainbows, but not rainbows that could actually kill, as Regicide survived by 3 of their players, as Vaz will also be following suit, courtesy to Black and his grenade, as Insane falls down to Kathir. Meteor Shot Sky chiming in as Halsey is gonna get a knock onto its Uzim. It's absolute pandemonium throughout the lobby, Lakshay.
It definitely is. This western edge of the zone right now is in high contestation, because Freestyle, they are pushing on to just not allow the team to get away from that, and that is going to be Regicide, where we do have Voltrix still standing all by himself, but all these teams are going to be awarding, or rather getting awarded by the blue zone right now for standing out here and taking on the fight. And in all of that, 52x also chimes in along. So now that fight that was only in contestation between the two, and that was Regicide in the receiving end, will now shift on the momentum towards 52x Rage. So let's see if 52x Rage will want to retaliate. Oh yes, they will. Oh yes, they easily will. Voltrix goes down. That is going to be the end of Regicide. And then we have another third party that will be the side of Salt I8, who are going to try and not allow 52x Rage to, of course, capitalize from the position that they're in. And being on top of the hill will be giving a certain advantage to the players of Salt I8. In all of this, we have...
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Look at this. Just look at this. I'm really sorry to cut you off,
No,
but
no, it's fine.
Salt I8, they are making it happen. Taking over the high grounds. They are losing out on meds. They do not have enough, but they have what it takes to be the champion. One after the other, directly pushing it through, but 52x rates still providing some resistance with that Uzi out there. Blade and Uzum will be following suit as reviews. He's gone down as well. Pharaoh completely changing the tides of the battle. His faster is just gonna burn, but keep coming through as Crypto and a whole world of problem right now. Zen going in, and there goes Salt I8 and their dreams of winning the PMPL. As Salt I8 gets eliminated at 5 finishes only, 52x rage. Surely they have to be your champions. They have to get the chicken dinner. They have worked at the world's end. They have broken mountains and they have come this far. Surely a second position finish would be nothing less than a disappointment for them.
Well, what a devastating blow to the play being made from the side of Saltai 8. And even though they had the advantage of being on top of that hill, you clearly saw, viewers, right here, that again, when it comes down to the skill itself, it was 52x rage along with the rate of fire that was provided to them for the gun. It was just incredible, incredible. And of course, the skill was also favoring them. But right now, that is going to be the end of that fight, because that is it. But that's not the end of our fights in the entire saga of things, because there is freestyle, there is the grounders, 52x rage, of course, also being there along with Meter Shot Sky as well. So which team will it be? Meter Shot are really spread out thin. Helsi, the only man who has a little bit of an advantage, but all by his lonesome, he also is not looking pretty comfortable on the other front. 52x rage are very much in control, as they've got the advantage of that position up on top. Along with that, the grounder is going to be completely opening up the places of Meter Shot, not going to be allowing them to stand in their way.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Freestyle, they're still alive. They want the better out of the grounders. Again, a third and a fourth position finish. Battle going on. The grounders have made it so far. But this one grenade, Mr. Black will meet his makers. As look at 52x Rage swiftly, like assassins, making their way inside the zone. Are Freestyle keeping a watch over that area? Are they looking out for them? Black indeed does have some slight idea of 52x Rage and the movements, but are they aware of Khatir's existence over there in that little bit of a shed that he has been playing around? 52x Rage will be lobbing all the utilities that they have. Sensi 2 gets the better out of Malik, gets him finished off, thrown out of the server over here as Freestyle under heavy pressure, and this is the moment will decide who are going to be your champions. Look at all these teams, everyone is in the contention, could be possibly anybody, as Helsi will open it up on faster, gets the finish before he even can realize that, as he wanted to go after Zen, but not completely succeeding though, because 52x Rage have nowhere to run, have nowhere to hide, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Helsi still putting some resistance, as Pharaoh is going to get the knock over him, will get the finish as 52x Rage. They still have some dying chances. Khatir still in the hiding as Freestyle. They are going to be happy about that. They can live with it, because the chicken dinner might ensure that they also could be in potential contention of winning this whole thing, as Meteor Shot Sky wiping out 52x Rage, but they go down with 9 finish points, Lakshay, at the very 4th spot.
Well, now it's all about who is going to be the champion. Who is going to be the champion right here at Pakistan PMPL, and all of that. We've got 3 names. We've got a one-man army in the name of course, Khatir, where it does seem like that's going to be the end as soon as I name him. Hashtag Caster is cursed. But moving on through from that to the other side of things, it's going to be Freestyle against the 3-man squad of the Grounders. And right now, Grounders are not looking too good, because Jigsaw was down. And in giving that revival for him, the Sensei and Shaptar, they have allowed the players of actually Freestyle to get closer. And now it seems like it is a war that will be based on utility advantage, where both the sides are going to try and capitalize on as many utilities as they can. It is going to be Molotovs being thrown along with some grenades. And who will get that opening as of now? It is going to be 3v3 situation between these two teams.
It possibly could be anybody's game now. Zigsaw has got to be that X factor. He's got to create that perfect flank. But how does he do that with Black keeping in a watch over there? It's such a such a gruesome process right now. A 3v3 to decide who gets the final chicken dinner of the evening. Potential two winners also. Freestyle, what an amazing day it has been. What an amazing run it has been for them in the PMPL. And slow close, and yet so far cannot really lose out on the grounders also, who've made it happen, who've made it possible. To really deserving team. Everyone wants the glory. Everyone wants to be the conquerors of the Pakistan region. Could just be one. Who makes that first move? Who makes that first mistake? They're talking about throwing the kitchen sinks. They're starting to start off with throwing pans instead. Not really connecting the out of utilities. It has gonna come down to the bronze. It has gonna come down to the all-out war that's waging. Tyrant, if he can find out Zigsaw over there, can cut out the flank, that could be absolutely huge. But Zigsaw still keeping himself alive in the murky smoke as Shapatar has revealed his position. So has Sensei too. But what can they do if they cannot advance at that direction? The circle starting to close in. All the players of Freestyle, they are congregated to one area. That is where Shapatar goes coming in. Does not get anything done, but still from the backlines gets one, gets two, gets the chicken dinner. The grounders seem to have done it. Gets the final chicken dinner of the evening. They are absolutely elated. But have they done it? Is it enough to become the champions, or is it going to be somebody else entirely? Well, the production, they've still kept everything under the blanket. We have no freaking idea, ladies and gentlemen. But what a match.
What a day. What a phenomenal grand final day right here in the Pakistani lobby this has been. It was really, I think it was appropriate and absolutely on point for us to call this season the changing tide from the Pakistani lobby, and that is what today's day describes. Every single team right here that are part of the 16 teams that are playing the grand